You never know what is a simulation and what's not, even in real life. You know what I mean? This could be a simulation.
We'll see.
This is a simulation.
This is definitely a simulation.
I mean,
We'll
it looks
find out.
like a simulation.
Your kind made a sport out of hunting us. You controlled our every move. And now, I'm going to do the same to you.
Hi, I'm Luke Hemsworth, and I play Bernard.
That's a theory. Jeffrey Wright, I play Bernard and Arnold.
Hey, I'm James Marsden. I play Teddy Flood.
I'm Evan Rachel Wood, and I play Dolores, Wyatt, and Christina.
I'm Angela Sarafyan, and I play Clementine Pennyfeather.
And we are going to be answering some Westworld fan theories. All right, Verlence's theory is, I've been saying since season 3 ended that Rehoboam actually won and rewrote the ending. Rehoboam is testing a new probability tree with the information it gathered from the hosts and outliers after it failed to acquire the Sector 16 data. On the flip side, Bernard will be searching for answers in the sublime, and essentially everything in season 4 won't be taking place in the real world, but a series of different simulations, soul searching in cyberspace.
My first theory about this theory is that Virulence it's a host that's actually writing this to us. It's an AI system. So maybe this is actually Rehoboam itself
Asking us
generating
Asking us the question. Rehoboam is not happy that it got killed off, so it's like, you know what I think? I think Rehoboam actually won.
Exactly.
And this whole thing is a simulation.
Masquerading
That's
as,
really
as
scary.
as Virulence.
Our answer is sure. You're onto something.
Yeah.
The Days King's theory is season 4 is likely taking place several years after season 3. The conflicts incited by the downfall of Rehoboam have mostly died down. Much of the world was devastated, but many humans were shielded within the benevolent embrace of Delos, Inc., who now offer those humans relief from the global crisis. Are you guys following this?
Yeah.
I was just checking.
You said something about Russell Brand.
Rihanna.
Right.
Rihanna.
They've built a series of island cities made in the image of various real-world metropolises, so which the surviving humans can play around in, pretending they're still on top. One of these islands is based in Los Angeles, another based in New York, and one appears to be in Chicago of the 1920s.
Interesting.
This is from Russell Brand.
You could hear him saying that.
Yeah,
I really wish he read
They
it.
built a series of island cities made in the image of various real-world metropolises with the survivors. And that's the thing, right? Because we're all in a big simulation. Don't you see it? I'm in it, you're in it, we're all in it.
Thanks, Russell.
I do see it that way.
Zachanel's theory was Ford created a host version of himself that he let get killed.
I like that one.
I do too, because
Yeah.
none of us want to see
Him
I
dead.
know. The problem with that is we saw his head
His brains.
with brains and like maggots
Yeah.
and stuff on it, and I
Yeah.
don't think that would happen with a host.
Maybe he
it would be like white. He would have had like
built a-
white goo coming out of his head.
But he built his own special host
Red-
that
with
had
red
like
goo.
human goo on
That's
the inside.
right.
To fool everyone.
Maybe. Let's just say maybe, just so
say
that we can
maybe.
get Hopkins
I like
back.
I think he's somewhere. I think he's
Lurking.
dead.
He's lurking
And
around.
also somewhere.
He was
The
in
human
your
body.
head for a while.
Well,
No.
you know,
Yeah, maybe.
join the party.
We hope that's true, say Zachanel,
Zachanel.
because we'd like him back.
LFMMZ's theory, Lefem's theory.
We say Z here.
Maybe Le Femmes?
Anyone else wonder if Dolores ran into or looked for Juliet, William's wife, in the photograph that Peter found? Another time outside of the brief moment at the retirement party? In the photo, Juliet was standing in an NY-like city. Perhaps there was another encounter in this city where she met Dolores. Or, for a crazier theory, could Dolores have been next to her in the picture since there is space next to Juliet, like Ford's photo of missing Arnold?
I like that.
That's a cool
That's
theory.
That is a hell of
Really
a...
amazing
yeah.
way to connect the two. I kind of wish that was True.
Dolores had been next to her.
It was just bad framing.
Here's the funny thing about that photo. They picked it, and the girl in the photo had no idea that it was going to end up on the show. And then they found her. They found the girl from the photo, and they brought her in.
She's in the show.
Now she's in the show.
You're kidding?
No, it was like a random. It was like a stock photo. Yeah. And then they got the girl from the set. Because I talked to her on set, and she was like, "I didn't even know I was."
Wow.
They just called me.
Who produced that photo? Where did it come from?
Don't know.
Isn't it crazy that you could just randomly pick something and all of a sudden everything connects like that?
I think that's a great theory.
Yeah, I like that.
I like that one too.
I don't like it just to be different.
Itchun's theory is Solomon escaped will overthrow both humans and hosts in an instant, and the survivors will be forced to unite to regain their freedom. Humans will perish in the fight, but will eventually be resurrected in host bodies as a new species. The journey to consciousness will come full circle as the new post-human hosts achieve fidelity. William saves the fucking world from Solomon.
Wow.
William saving
Here's
the
the
world.
thing. Dolores already saved the world from Solomon.
Hello.
And she doesn't really mess up very often, so I think Solomon is done. Thumbs
Okay,
up.
let's move on to the next theory then, shall we?
Matthew Klein 316's theory is Westworld is actually Jeff Bezos' own personal VR game.
Good Lord.
What was the show where everything was a dream that everyone always references?
Sex and the City?
Wakes up at the end and it's all a dream.
Saint Elsewhere?
Saint Elsewhere.
There you go.
There you go.
So
I had no idea.
this could just be like a kid playing a train set and we're gonna start crossing over. We already did do a tiny little Game of Thrones crossover.
Oh, we did.
Right.
Yeah, that's
And the kid being Jeff Bezos.
Yeah, the kid is exactly. Westworld is Jeff Bezos' train set.
Rev Pep-Pop's theory is, I think it's likely that his return from the sublime is somewhere in the ballpark of the S2 post-credits scene with William and Emily. That could mean tens or even hundreds of years into the Westworld timeline. We found out early in season 3 that time passes much more quickly in a simulation than in base reality, though we didn't get a conversion rate. That's I know. So, how many hundreds or thousands of years has he been in there? Is his mind now ancient? And it goes on for another page or two, but I don't think we need to read it.
Is this our way of screening for new writers?
I really think that the fans are co-writers of the show.
Yeah.
I think,
Yeah.
in like kind of typical like Westworldian like style, that the stories that spring from our stories
Writes
are
itself.
legitimate.
I thought it was the end of season 3, not 2.
Yeah.
You're covered in dust,
Yeah.
which show that you've been sitting there for quite some time in the sublime. How long is yet to be seen.
Where you could do some like conversion
Yes,
rate.
conversion rate
Yes,
of dust.
can we look at
Right, dust to height
how,
ratio.
Right.
How much
So the delta
dust
between
accumulates?
when it actually rested on the organism.
The sum of any two sides of my isosceles triangle equal the square of the sum of the remaining side.
We didn't provide a conversion rate though. That's a very good point.
Yes.
Pucka Films' theory is, I think the core theme of this season is inevitability. And the overall goal is trying and failing to build a better world to replace the old one. One thing you'll notice in season 4 is everything looks very calm for a world at the beginning of a revolution, and one where we somewhat know its apocalyptic future. I think that most of the things from the trailer come from a simulation. Pucka Film is clearly Jonah Nolan.
I was just going to say.
Yeah. Hang on a minute.
That's pretty good.
Yeah. That is pretty good.
That's Pucka Film.
Yeah.
It's a pretty good one.
Yeah. Didn't Lisa Joy say in Austin that we've jumped a few years in time?
That little red light on the camera
just
there.
That's what I mean. Like, you can edit this out if she
Years.
didn't, but I'm pretty sure she already said this.
Oh, they're not going to edit it out. That's what they're here for. Fantastic Day 2349's theory is, did anyone else think the way the trailer cut from Dolores to William and vice versa a few times mean anything? This show has always seemed to lean heavily on their relationships, both past and present, and since it was Hale Loris who created the host version of William at the end of the last season, I wonder if host MIB will attempt to seek out the original Dolores or a close copy.
Well, Hale is a close copy, so in a way, he's just always going to be after her, I feel like. He can't let it go.
But I find that to be interesting.
The host version, yeah. Well, and there's always like the danger of making a host version of a human because like it gets a little hairy there, you know? And so like I'm sure that William host is going to be up to no good at some point.
I love that everybody here is a host in the show. Like, we have all basically been hosts.
You're a human that became a host.
Well, you're kind of giving the whole thing away.
Am I though?
Hold What Door 84's theory is the Emily host from the post-credit scene of season 2 actually had a Dolores pearl in it, and that she's basically going to put William through fidelity tests to unlock a redeemed version of him to combat the MIB host version that Dolores brought back, which killed human William in season 3, post-credits, and the show will culminate in a good Dolores and William versus bad Dolores and William. Interesting. Every host is a copy of Dolores, starts out as Dolores, and then they build upon that. So in a way, Emily host has to have some Dolores in her. But I also...
So Dolores is Eve.
Yeah. Yeah, totally. There is like a bad Dolores in William, which is Hale and like host MIB, but I don't think you can do a redeemed version of the Man in Black because good Dolores in William is Dolores and Teddy.
Right.
And then the bad side of the coin is Halores and William.
Good
and
William is
so,
dead.
yeah, there was never a good William. Can we just...
Ish.
Fake
William.
nice guy.
Fake.
Let's just say that.
Fake good.
Fake
good
nice
William.
guy.
Fake good William is dead too.
Totally fake. Okay.
First name, last names theory is, for all we know, the whole world might just be part of the game, part of Ford's master plan. And when you enter, you never really leave, even if you think you have.
Well, we've all been saying this. I think every
Matrix.
single season when we go to the real world, somebody on set goes, "I don't think we ever left the park. I think we're still in the park.
Yeah.
We never left the park. This future world. This future world." Like and they say it, they're so sure every time they say it.
I think this is a theory on life.
Yeah.
The whole world might just be part of a game.
When by 3/8 Dolores says that actually all the hosts are patterned after her, we now know the significance of the title used for the very first episode of the series, The Original. I guess that proves that Nolan and Joy really are playing the long game.
Oh yeah, they know what they're doing. They've known how the show was going to end from the start. I wouldn't be surprised if at the end of the show, it all connects back to the pilot somehow. I think they've been laying the groundwork since day one.
That gives me goosebumps.
They're kind of clever, those two.
They are.
Thank you guys.
See you next time.
Thank you, Luke.
Thank you, Luke. I mean,